Hello, everyone. I'm Cerebral, and this is Cerebral Talks TV. Today, we are going to talk about friendships. Friendships. This is B. Simone. She recently cut off 3 of her friends because she said they no longer served her. I'm going to share the video clip of what her friend, well, now ex friend, had to say, Leticia. And okay, this is B. Simone. Some of you know who she is. She is an actress. She's a comedian. She was on Wild and Out. And she got popular a few years ago because people said that she was going to play Aaliyah. Now, we know that Wendy Williams had made that disastrous Aaliyah movie, okay? No shade to Wendy Williams now, but the actress who played Aaliyah didn't look anything like Aaliyah, and there were a few names going around for years who would play Aaliyah in a movie, and B. Simone name kept coming up. Look at B. Simone. Okay, this was some years ago, but look at B. Simone. She still looks good, but I mean, look at her. I see the resemblance a little bit. Even now, a tad bit, but back then, I think maybe she could have possibly played Aaliyah. I see it a little bit. So, B. Simone has been doing her thing in entertainment, and she has made a name for herself. And she's been going through a few things spiritually too. And people sometimes question her mental health and stuff. But she cut off her friends. So, I want to share the video clip, and I want to share comments from the public about losing your friends cutting you off that you've known for years. How do you deal with that? Do you think it's right for your friend to just cut you off? Have you cut anyone off? Have you been cut off before? I have before, and I'm going to share that story later in this video. So let's jump into it. I want to play the clip of what Leticia is saying about B. Simone cutting her and her friends off.
Y'all know I'm not a crier. I'm not emotional, but I definitely cried. I was like so heartbroken at first. I couldn't believe it. I felt like it was crazy, but I have so much peace about it now. You know, I'm human. So for sure I was heartbroken. Like I couldn't understand, like, wow, you know, but at the same time, I wish you well. I respect it. Y'all know, me, what's my favorite quote? I'm always saying, you got a better chance of getting chased by a dog than me. And I mean that. I can't listen. For one, y'all know I have adult children. So I don't do drama with adult women. I'm at my capacity. My daughter's going to be 20 years old. I'm at my capacity, okay? Who my mom's in here with teenage daughters and above. We at our capacity. I need the women in my life or anybody in my life outside of my household to bring me peace and love and joy, and that's it. And I'm a very low maintenance friend. I don't require a whole lot because shoot, I be busy. Listen, I got a man, I got a business, I got kids. Y'all see me on here. My foundation is my family, and that's everything. So I don't require a whole lot. But again, you know, you got to respect where everybody is.
Okay, so this is what Leticia said that B. Simone said. She said, honestly, she said, we don't serve her anymore. These were her friends. She said, we don't serve her anymore. And she cut us off individually. I still don't understand why, but we respect her decision and wish her well. We're grateful we still have each other. This was no shade to her. You know, how do you feel? I mean, me personally, I would respect you for telling me straight up, you know, how you feel. But if I were friends with someone for a long time, I would want to know why you're cutting me off. What do you mean I don't serve you? Don't get me wrong. I understand that sometimes you want to have like-minded friends, or let's say I'm trying to reach a goal, but you're a Debbie Downer, or you're very negative, or you have friendships. Let's say we're both plus size, and I do represent for the plus size ladies, and I lose weight. I lose weight, and then she gets upset because I've lost weight. I'm getting even more attention from men. I'm dressing better, all this stuff, right? And she's completely jealous of me. And sometimes, another example, let's say your friends party a lot and drink. You don't want to drink anymore. You're tired of the party life and you don't want to drink anymore. You don't want to be an alcoholic anymore. Then yeah, you would separate from those friends because they don't serve. They're holding you back in some type of way from elevating in your purpose spiritually in all types of different ways. Or maybe they have very toxic personalities. It's different reasons. But for me personally, I can have friends from all walks of life, you know. I don't judge everyone's life because it's not my life. As long as you're a good friend to me, you don't try to hinder me in any type of way, you're supportive, you're not jealous of me in any type of way, whatever I do. I believe those types of friendships can work, but there are certain people, if being like minded kind of does matter sometimes. For example, the things I talk about on my channel, if I want to talk about things in the Black community, if I want to talk about femicide, if I want to talk about things that I consider to be toxic in the Black culture that bother me, then yeah, me being friends with a woman that wants to go to marches for any Black man and tells me to be quiet about femicide, it doesn't matter. Brad is doing that to his woman too. We don't mesh well. It's not going to work. Usually she's going to end up disliking me, calling me all types of names, a coon, all this other stuff. So that ain't gonna really work, and it's hard to find a lot of like-minded Black women who feel the way that I do on certain things, and not make excuses for the things we've seen that's very toxic. Okay, so I get what people mean by that, but I'm gonna be quiet right now. Let me read some of the comments from the public about being cut off from a friend and how do you handle it? Is it wrong? Let's see what they were saying. Okay, Leticia, she also said more. She said, y'all, all of this happened during a rough season of my life. Jackie had just passed away, and my oldest daughter was leaving home for the first time, so I was emotional. And, I'm not dwelling on anything. Like I said, I respect it. I wish her nothing but the best. We've all moved on. This is old news, but it's new to the blogs. Sometimes people cutting you off can be a blessing. Sometimes, yes. All right, let's see more. Let me move this down. In 2025, let's start by recognizing that cutting people off without conversation is immature and low-key abusive. If you value that person, have the conversation. And to the people who are like they know what they did, people don't always know what they did. People don't see the world through your eyes. Be an adult and communicate. Love y'all. Yeah, I feel it depends on the relationship. If I've known you for years, you say you're my best friend, we talk all the time, I would want to know why you're not talking to me anymore. Is it something that we can clear up? Did I offend you? If we're friends, then we should have good communication. And in some cases, some people do just cut you off. Usually when somebody you've known for a long time just cuts you off, it's not out the blue. They have been feeling a certain way about you for a long time and they did not say it. Okay, sometimes they give little hints, but a number of times if it happens like that, it's because they didn't like you, or you did or said things they didn't like and they never confronted it, and they just don't want to be bothered with you anymore. And in some cases, some people just decide whatever they might feel like, what, you ain't serving me, or you're not on my level, or I don't like you. I mean, it's all different reasons, but I think a good portion of the time, depending on what type of friendship it is and how long it's been, they don't just cut you off for no reason. It is a reason, and I feel like if that happens to me and I have been cut off, I'm going to share that story. Be a woman and tell me what the problem is. That doesn't mean I'm going to beg you to stay and all that stuff, but I at least want to know what it is. Again, maybe some people don't know you were offended by something. Give a person a chance to apologize or understand you even more. Okay, so all right, this woman says, I don't give a F what y'all are saying in these comments. No one would ever make me feel bad for cutting anyone off. If you feel like people don't serve you and your purpose, cut them off. You don't have to explain to no one, nor do you have to F with anyone. Yeah, and sometimes some people can get attached. I was working somewhere, and it was this woman who had gave me her number. She had some type of event thing she was doing, going places and stuff, and she seemed a little off, kind of loony a little bit, her personality, and I realized I don't want to build anything from this, the friendship. And I didn't say anything. I didn't even know her anyway, but I could tell she got upset when she would come to the store I was working at. And she definitely, I could tell, kind of felt like I blew her off type of thing. Like, oh, she ain't gonna hang with us and all that other stuff. So, well, I didn't know her. We didn't have a friendship, and I saw some things in her personality where I did not want to build a friendship. I observe people. I will not, if I see things I don't like, I have to back away. There was a girl on my job. We were cool. A friendship was sort of building. But then I realized I don't want to be her friend. When she made fun of a disabled person, she made fun of someone being disabled, like not all the way there in the head, disabled, and it was disgusting to me. I don't hang with people like that. I don't like to be friends with cruel people. I don't like to be friends with ugly hearted people. That was disgusting to me. The way, like, she made a face to mock the person for being disabled and made fun of the disability. And in my mind, I'm thinking, this is just absolutely disgusting. I cannot be friends with someone like this. So, yeah, I don't want everyone in my circle, certain types of people. And to be a friend, people are associates, but to be a true friend, I mean, you're there for me. I'm there for you. We talk. I feel like I can share my secrets with you. You're there for me. Even in some cases, we don't have to talk all the time, but we have this friendship with each other. I trust you. You have shown to be there for me. You check up on me. I check up on you. And the friendship is building and everything like that. So I take friendship very, very seriously because I have been betrayed. I have been betrayed. So that affects trust with me I can't allow everyone in my space all the time. The things that women can do to you. So it definitely can make you a little weary, a little defensive, just a tad bit, not real defensive, but just wanting to be cautious about who you let in your life. Okay, so all right, let's see more. My friend of over 20 years stopped responding to my calls and text messages. I asked her, is she okay? If she's upset with me? And did I do anything wrong? And I didn't get any response from her. So I left her alone. But it broke my heart. She was like a sister to me. That's absolutely horrible. To know someone that long and you can't even tell me what I did to you or what your problem is with me, and we're like sisters. Like I said before, if you get cut off like that, it did not happen just out the blue. They had an issue with you for a long time and she never told you. I mean, if you're my friend, how could you do something like that? I would think something's wrong. I'll be scared something's wrong. I feel like no person is going to tolerate a person for that long that they don't like. If I don't like someone's personality, I'm not calling you for 20 years and being friends with you. So I can understand her pain. The best romantic relationships exist when you feel like you're in a relationship. Hold on. She says the best romantic relationships exist when you feel like you fell in love with your best friend. Yeah, for me, like the man I love and date and marry, he has to be my friend. I don't believe in having a relationship without that feeling that he's my friend as well. Like I can trust you. We like to do things together. We enjoy each other's company. We have fun together. Okay, you're not just my lover, my husband, you're my friend too. Okay? She said that so we have to acknowledge that losing a friendship does feel like, or if not worse than losing a partner. Give her grace to process her emotions. Yeah, because the relationship with your girlfriend, your BFF, is just so different than with a man. It is. Don't get me wrong. I know your husband is supposed to come before your friends and everything, but it's just different. It's a different type of relationship because a lot of women don't have real friendships all the time with their husband. Not like with their girlfriend they've known for years, know their secrets, talk about their relationships with men, understand her because she's a woman. So, okay. B. Simone gives mean girl vibes. Now, one thing I didn't say that sort of made me just shake my head a little bit is when B. Simone, when her friend had passed away, She charged people to be able to have access to see her grieving. And I had never, I mean, it was a hustle. It was interesting to see, but I'm like, wow, you're charging people to see you grieve the loss of your friend. That was just interesting. But that's what she wanted to do. And recently she made statements about, she's kind of getting in more into Christianity. So she's separating herself from certain types of people, okay, their belief systems and stuff like that, if it doesn't align with hers. All right, it says moments like these are low-key blessings. You may not see it in the beginning because you were hurt by their decision and because your intentions were always pure. Count it all joy and move forward knowing that this person wasn't meant to be in the next season of your life. You should not stay where you aren't wanted. And if you can't see and respect your goodness, if they can't see and respect your goodness for what it is, in the words of Keith Lee, God bless you and have an amazing day. When I saw them all hanging with Megan Ashley, I knew B. Simone was out the pick. Something is off with B. Simone, and she needs to seek help with what she's going through and not let it affect her or those who have been there for her. It's unfortunate that they fell apart, but it's a blessing in disguise, I'm sure. Praying for them to all heal from heartbreak of having a friendship and also not having a sisterhood. People in the comments section are pretending that losing a friend doesn't hurt. It does if you looked at that person like a blood sister. But hey, this could be a blessing in disguise. Being the low maintenance or strong friend can be hard sometimes. People really forget to check on you. B. Simone is what you call a possibly toxic Christian. She is definitely still discovering herself, and that's okay. I had a homegirl cut me off, and a few friends cut me off abruptly as well. Mind you, all we did was help her when she was in her time of need, and then we became the help. When we were no longer the help to her, she cut us off. The ghetto in me wanted to say F her, but the understanding in me said I wish her well because the truth of the matter is they are battling something we don't know. Some women will cut off their girlfriends at the first perceived sight, when they think you're disrespecting them. But they will stay with a man repeatedly who plays in their face. Well, your girlfriend, the relationship is different when it comes to a man because you know how men will say bros before alls? Bros before alls? Can't say certain things. It's like if she was there before him in my life, we talk about the men we date. You might know some maybe a secret or something, or you know me emotionally. I don't have friendships with women who disrespect me. You disrespect me, I don't do the frenemies thing. I can't be friends with you and you're in competition with me. You're not my friend. Why would I be friends with someone like that? I don't even believe in the whole keep your enemies closer. I don't have time for that. I'm going to confront you, and that's going to be it. You're either going to be in my life or you got to go. I'm not playing these games. I don't want a frenemy. I don't want competition with my own friend. I don't want shady, sneaky comments. All that stuff. Or if I see you doing something, I'm going to distance myself. You can't be my friend because friends don't do that to me. Friends are there. They love you. You're like family, except we're just not genetically related. You know what I'm saying? And if you disrespect me the first time, you think you can do it again. Why would you disrespect me? Why would you even cross the line to disrespect me? It would hurt me. And baby, once you do that to me, I back away emotionally. That's just how it is. Because I don't disrespect my friends. And if I tell them something, it will be out of love and I'll say it respectfully so that I don't hurt them if we have some disagreement or I'm trying to tell you something that I think will help you. All right. It says, we're never crying over a chick we have to remind to go shower. Oh, yeah, because B. Simone says she doesn't shower every day. I'm 30 and now I'm learning when people want their space, give it to them. Yeah. I can have days I don't want to talk, even months I don't want to talk. I need my space. And then when I talk to you, it should be all good. It's nothing personal. The thing is, though, I've had that happen and they take it personal. And the truth is, you do need to keep some sort of communication. Tell your friend, look, I won't be able to talk for a few weeks, maybe a month. I just need some space. Or when I can talk, I'm just going to text you. I just can't talk right now. And if they're your friend, they should be able to understand that. Okay. So, because if you just go cold turkey, you just don't talk, a lot of times your friend will think they did something, or that you don't like them anymore, or that you don't love them anymore, or um, it's just it's just best to try to communicate the best you can to let them know I'm not going. I just need some time away. If your friend doesn't serve you any purpose, like always being negative, being fake, no growth, so on, so on, and so on, that's very understandable. But if she cuts you off just to do it, that's very weird. A high blessing on your end. Sometimes they're so miserable and selfish, they really don't deserve you as a friend. They find a problem with everyone but themselves. What a passive aggressive response. The first video I showed with Leticia. You said you cried and you were heartbroken, followed by a lot of, I'm not going on and I got all this stuff going on in my life. Then made an example of how you don't chase people, all about you. Never once did you say B. Simone left the friendship group. I'm concerned and I will do everything I can to get my friend back. I'm here for whatever support she seeks, or if I lacked anything on my part as a friend that I'm not aware of, I'm sorry. That's what heartbroken people do that truly love their friends. They send them flowers, healing energy, snacks, their favorite snacks, etc. There was no real effort on her end as a heartbroken friend. Real friends make room for you to step away for whatever reasons. I see through the BS. She is using this moment for her. I lost a friend. We haven't spoken a few years. Now I've been the bigger person, but I feel like she needs to apologize to me this time. And I guess our friendship is completely over. I wish her the best. I hate when people say this type of stuff on the internet. Okay, friendships and breakups are hard. Okay, especially when you were a good friend to that person. Some people look at friendships as elevation, connections. They feel like their friends have to align with their lifestyle or where they are going. Some people look at friendships as family, like they love them unconditionally and sometimes from afar. Yeah, like I said, I can have friends from all walks of life doing different stuff. Okay. Now I feel this. Okay. She did my girl Megan so wrong, and I wanted to cry for her. Megan was so genuine and trusting in their friendship. They had a whole podcast together, and then you randomly break this girl's heart and go talking about her on the podcast like Megan was the problem. B. Simone, grow up and realize how lonely she is and how effed up she treated her real friends. It's going to be too late, basically, when she realizes this. Y'all act like she's weak for crying, but you need to understand that friendships mean a lot to people if they consider you like family. I definitely would be hurt, but I won't be hurting or depressed about it. Some things happen for a reason. Women who are married shouldn't have single friends anyway. I don't agree with that. Two different worlds. I can be friends with with married women. You're married. That is what they got to do with me. We can go out, have lunch together. We can talk about current events in the world. I mean, it's not like all married women just talk about their husband and children all day. Some of them do have a life and want to enjoy life. I would completely understand, okay, you have to go home to your husband or your children have school. It's called being an adult. Single, married men have men who are single who are their friends. Yes, they do, a number of them. Married women can't learn anything positive in life from a single woman. That's a doggone lie. That's a doggone lie. You no longer serving me is a very valid reason, but that don't mean to just overall cut someone off. Love from a distance. I can be friends with an elderly person, a married woman, someone younger than me. Seriously. Friendships, I mean, don't get me wrong, there are small differences, but at the end of the day, I mean, calling on someone, checking on them, hanging out together, making meals, eating dinners together, coming over for holidays, like talking about relationships, maybe what happened, what she learned from her relationships versus what I learned, advice, all types of different stuff. So, no, I don't fully agree with those comments. I understand, I'm not ignorant. I understand sometimes there can be a few things that's a little bit different, but I believe a lot of people can be friends with people who are at different stages in life just to talk and hang out, you know? Why can't people have fun together? Friendships are just like relationships. You have to be in a like minded relationship with that person. It's hard for a person to understand being a mom and a wife when they are single with no kids, or having an abundant relationship with family and all they've known was toxicity growing up. Absolutely no shade, but priorities are hugely different than and those dynamics are different. I kind of feel a certain way with that because if I'm friends with someone who has a really wonderful, happy family, I don't come from that, so I can't be friends with them. I would just be happy for them. If they want to hang out with their family, hang out with your family. I understand all that. I'm not going to bring my experience with family over to them. I don't think that's fair at all because I can't help certain things that happen within my family, my family dynamics. I cannot help that. And I shouldn't have to suffer not being able to have a friend. Oh, you have a really good together family. So, you don't understand. So, that's just ridiculous to me. Absolutely ridiculous. So, but you do meet some people like that, not even just a friend that's a woman. Like, you can meet a man, and if he believes in family and he was close to his father, and you're coming from something completely opposite, and he doesn't understand why you're not speaking to your father, but yet you have absolutely no idea the relationship that the woman has with her father. You don't know if he abandoned her. You don't know if he doesn't even call her or things he has done. But your experience in life has been completely different than mine. You can't judge me because you had a better experience than me. And you cannot make me talk to people or do anything you think I should do. Like it's just so easy. No, it would be for you because you have a completely different life and life story, a family thing, than, you don't have a right to do that to me. And that happens. It does happen, especially if you're talking to different cultures where family is everything and you come from completely opposite. They don't understand that. Some of them, that happens. Okay, so let's see the next thing. Friendship breakups are very hard. They hurt. People have got to stop acting like you're not emotionally connected to someone platonically and or non-blood related. Feelings are feelings, especially when so much history and memories are attached. Sometimes things work themselves out and sometimes they don't. But in the meanwhile, people have got to understand that people have to find ways that work for them. Find peace. When you really love your friends and something goes left, it hurts. But take this as a lesson. From the outside looking in, B Simone is mentally off. If I had to cut a friend, I had to cut a friend off of 2 years. Hold on. If I had to cut a friend off 2 years ago for calling me out of my name, okay. I was finally over dealing with it, but I cried like a baby losing someone so close to me. Okay, so you can cry over a man, but not over your friend who probably knows you more deeply and truly than the man. Y'all be ready to crash out about? Y'all are weird. Friendship breakups can be worse than a relationship breakup, but y'all are so stigmatized you can't see that. It's okay for her to cry over her lost sisterhood. The F? All right, so that was it for the comments. I agree that friendships, it depends on the friendship. If we were truly friends, you're my girl. We talk about everything, and especially if we've known each other for a long time. And if you cut me off and you don't tell me why, that's the horrible thing to do. She had said though, one of them had said I'm texting her and calling her. They're trying to, ask them what's up, what's going on here, and all this stuff. And I mean, if someone has made their mind up about you, they just have, and you have to accept it. But of course, it can be painful for anyone. I had said I was going to talk about my experience. I was cut off by two people before, and it was during a time in my life when I was very, very depressed. And this was my childhood friend. We were friends in middle school and high school, and I was not the friend that she needed me to be during that time. But what she didn't know was the severity of my depression. There's a reason I'm not lively. There's a reason you might feel. I saw it. I saw it. I remember one time we were on the phone and she said, why are we friends? And I pretended I didn't even hear it, but I just knew it was coming and I didn't know how to communicate better, but there were some differences between us. We were a little bit different. She was a little bit rough, a little bit, but she had things going on in her family life just like I did. And well, basically, is something that was different about us is the way you see me in these videos talking over the years about the Black community. That was in me since I was in middle school and in high school. She didn't say it this way, but basically she thought that I thought I was better because I did not support jailbird men and her uncles were in jail type of thing. I don't like that. I've never meshed well with very hood rat, toxic, ghetto Black people. Now, being from the ghetto doesn't mean that you're automatically ignorant. I have lived in the hood more than once. I'm talking about a mindset and culture. You know what I'm talking about. Now, did I have a little bit of Blackistan in me? A little bit, of course. That's when me and her, we grew up. That, it was in there a little bit, but not hardcore. I never was drawn to certain things that can be celebrated or can be seen as normal that's actually very dysfunctional. And, when I was talking about certain things, she kind of just felt like you're what I had mentioned earlier, you have one person that wants to go to the marches all the time and fight the power all the time or always complaining about white people. And then you have someone like me that talks about things and takes accountability and observes things and can call out things that we do. And then you get seen as the sellout coon. It's one of those type of situations. But it wasn't that wasn't the biggest thing at all. That actually wasn't the reason, because I didn't always talk about the Black community like I do in my videos when I talk about certain topics that have to be talked about. Really what it was that I didn't have the spirit or the energy she was looking for. I can understand when you want things out of life and you have this depressive friend who just doesn't seem it's like a flower that's completely withered. And I never talked about it with her, and I felt like, well, if she was my friend, why didn't she just ask me what's wrong? I can tell something wrong. What's wrong? Are you sad? Are you depressed? I'm here for you. I didn't get that. And when she cut me off, I felt abandoned by her. And for years, I had wanted to reach out to her, and I didn't, think about it every year, but didn't do it because I felt like, you know what, you cut me off. You cut me off, because I was sad and depressed, even though you don't know the severity of it because I never communicated it with you, and you just let me go. And that really upset me. A part of me understands why she did it, but a part of me was just hurt and angry about it. I had made, I came to see her. We didn't live next to each other when she moved. And I mean, I just, it was hard. I made it happen. Okay. And I really made that happen to come see her. And when I came to see her, she was working. So, I mean, what am I going to do? I can't just sit here all day while you're working. So I go out, and she said, "Oh, you didn't come to see me. You just came here for yourself." That really pissed me off and hurt me because, like, no, that's not true at all. That's not true whatsoever. Okay, I barely could even get there to see her and struggled to make that happen. And that's what she said to me. And I didn't confront her about it. I didn't say anything about it, the whole thing. And I was a depressed, I mean, depression never leaves you. It doesn't. It can be different levels of it. And during that time, very, very depressed and just my soul destroyed and not being able to be a happy person or the type of friend someone would need that likes to talk on the phone and has this, the friend. It's just I was not there, or I just wasn't during that time, and she didn't want to be my friend anymore and cut me off. She didn't even say anything. She just cut me off, and it definitely hurt. It definitely hurt, and I had lost another friendship around that same time because of my depression. She got tired because I was missing days of school. And she would like say, "You coming? You'll be here." And I would tell her I'll be there, and then I don't show up. So when I do see her, she's looking at me, and I can tell on her face she's feeling neglected as a friend. Or are you saying you're going to be here and you're not here? And then we drifted away, and she was one of my best friends too, and she cut me off, and it makes me sad. I had another friend who I miss so much, and I've tried to find her multiple times, and I cannot find her. I had lost touch with her. She found me, called me, and then she didn't talk to me, and I could not find her number. And her name is not easy to spell, and I looked so many times. My school did not have a yearbook, and it's just I lost her. So I understand the pain because the time of your life where you make some of your longest lasting friendships, I lost multiple friends that would be my friends today. And it's very sad. And it was because I wasn't a good friend because I was in a severe state of depression that I did not communicate. Things like that happen. And to be cut off when you were, I mean, what can I she didn't want to be my friend no more. And I had those urges to call her and confront her, like, why'd you do that to me? Well, for your information, I was depressed. This and that was happening. When I came to see you, this and that, you said that to me. I just have to let it go. It is sad when that happens, especially when y'all are real close. I mean, she used to call me her BFF. So, and we had known each other for a long time. So it definitely was hurtful, but you just have to let it go. So B Simone felt like they didn't serve her. And I don't know. If I'm best friends with you, I don't think I would say that. I think I would tell them what's going on. I would say, I mean, you people do disappear and they'll just cut you off. I don't know. I feel like if we're real close, I want to tell you what the issue is, you know. Even if I'm still going to cut you off, I could still tell you this is it, this is why, and I don't want to speak to you anymore. Okay, I can tell you. But sometimes people just want to do it that way, cut you off. I mean, again, it depends on the situation. Like, I cut off someone before. This was years ago, but basically, she wasn't my friend. I caught little slick things she would say, and one time it was a guy I was talking to, really, really fine, and I had, when you're your friend and you trust your friend, I showed her a picture of him, and she said, "Ooh, I would f him." She said it real quick, and how she said it, and I must have made a face or something because she caught herself like, I mean, no, I wouldn't. I was like, no, you already said it, and the way she said it, yeah, you would try to f him if I brung him around. And she was sneaky. She was sneaky, and she did something she wasn't supposed to do as a friend. And she said some slick little comments before. So I basically cut her off, but we weren't extremely close anyway. I will cut someone off that has to be cut off. So I look at the character of a person. I will not let certain people be close to me or be my friends if I see you are a disgusting person. You are cruel, you're evil, you're scandalous, you're sneaky, you'll backstab me, or you got some views that's just disgusting to me. That, I mean, and I believe people can be themselves. I want people to be themselves. themselves. I can be friends with someone who they're themselves. Okay. It's just certain levels of certain friendships, but you're yourself, but you have to accept me. If I don't like something, that's my opinion, because you have people who won't like you just because your opinion is different. We can have different opinions on stuff, but we might have some things we have in common and we can still be cool with each other. We just respect each other's different views. And in some cases, it can be so severe that it just doesn't mesh well sometimes. And I understand that. So, look, in the comment section, let me know. What do you think? Have you ever cut off friends that you felt didn't serve you any longer? Did you tell them that? Did you tell them why you were cutting them off? Have you been cut off? Let us know. Do you feel like friendships are like relationships to you? What's your opinion about all of this? Okay, let us know in the comment section. So before I go, let's have a fashion moment, the fashion spotlight. We have Shannon Thornton. She is wearing this beautiful orange color. This orange looks fabulous, but look at her hair. Seriously, this bob is everything. Her eye makeup, she is perfection. That choker necklace, it looks so wonderful paired with the orange. Her hoop earrings, everything is perfect. She knows how to dress. Her hair looks fabulous. Her makeup looks fabulous. Her face is fabulous. She just looks great. I absolutely love this look. We have, okay, Alma Godson. Their names are up top, okay? Their Instagram. And I absolutely love this. Again, all black outfit, okay? Black clutch, but that pop of color, the pink, the hot pink pea coat, trench coat. It's just absolutely gorgeous. Simple, neutral makeup, beautiful boots. Everything looks fabulous. She looks really great. I love this pop of color. Okay, the beautiful pop of color. Okay, and lastly, we have Kaz Perkins. She's in Washington, D.C. Look at this houndstooth outfit. It's a two-piece set. Cute little mini skirt. I love her off-white boots, her camel brown coat that matches the color of the houndstooth design. I don't often see this color with houndstooth at all. I love it. She has her Air Force sunglasses. All of these women look absolutely fabulous. I love every look. Okay, and if you want to see more fashion from them, check out their Instagram. I will be showing more pieces from them. They look amazing. So I thank you all again for joining me. Please get those likes up. I cannot wait to hear your opinions in the comment section when it comes to friendship. Okay, if you subscribe, hit the bell and click all notifications so you know when I'm live and when I'm uploading. You all take care. Bye.